Have you ever noticed someone who seems to absorb every comment like a personal attack? A casual joke becomes a deep wound. A simple suggestion feels like harsh criticism. Most people dismiss them as overly sensitive or insecure. But psychology reveals something far more complex. These individuals aren't weak, they're wired differently. Their brains process social information through a unique emotional filter that most people never develop. Let's break down the real psychology behind people who take things personally. 1. Hypervigilant empathy. Psychologists call it rejection sensitivity, a heightened awareness of social cues that others completely miss. Research shows these individuals have more active mirror neurons, meaning they literally feel others' emotions more intensely. While most people glide through conversations on autopilot, they're constantly analyzing tone, body language, and subtext. They're not imagining threats. They're detecting nuances. And that's actually a form of emotional intelligence most people lack. 2. The wound memory effect. Studies on attachment theory reveal that people who personalize feedback often experienced inconsistent emotional support in childhood. Their brains develop what psychologists call hyperactivated attachment systems. While others can separate critique from identity, their nervous system treats every correction as potential abandonment. They're not being dramatic. They're responding to deep neurological patterns formed when their survival depended on reading emotional cues correctly. 3. High self-monitoring cognitive style. Research on self-concept shows that personalizers have what's called an external locus of evaluation. They constantly measure their worth through others' reactions because they were taught their value was conditional. While most people have internal confidence anchors, they're still building that foundation. They don't lack intelligence. They lack the early psychological security that makes indifference possible. And recognizing that is the first step to changing it. 4. The meaning-making mind. Psychologists say people who personalize have highly active pattern recognition systems. Their brains are wired to find meaning and connection everywhere, which makes them incredible at reading between the lines. While others miss emotional subtleties, they catch everything. This isn't a flaw. It's cognitive depth. The challenge is learning to direct that awareness intentionally rather than letting it control them. 5. Emotional permeability. Studies on boundaries show that personalizers often have what's called thin boundary syndrome. They experience less separation between self and others emotionally. While most people have thick psychological walls, they're more open, more connected, more vulnerable. This makes relationships deeper, but also more painful. It's not weakness. It's a different way of experiencing human connection. Don't assume they're weak or insecure. They might just be more emotionally aware, more empathetic, and more neurologically sensitive than most people around them. They're not broken. They're highly tuned instruments in a world that rewards emotional numbness. The strongest thing they can do? Learn to channel that sensitivity into wisdom instead of wounds. Awareness isn't the problem. Lack of boundaries is. If you love understanding why people think and behave the way they do, hit subscribe now. Because on Tiny But Wise, we don't just judge behaviors, we decode their minds.